Yeah, so we're in downtown Johannesburg, backstage with two very established, credible, amazing MCs. I'm not even going to introduce them, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Boys, talk to the camera. Who are you? Where are you from? Tell us some stories.
Wow, that's an open-ended introduction.
Peace, I'm Tumi T from the V, from the Volume. Yeah, I'm an MC, I'm a poet, I have a band, The Volume. And I'm here with my man.
Yeah, how you doing? Zubz the last letter, ill rhyme writer. Hey man, MC extraordinaire, records speak for themselves, listeners digest, headphone music in a parallel world, you know all about it. Good to be here.
No, I know that you know, we're all one global culture, hip-hop wise, man, but let's tell the cats who don't know where you're from, or where you guys are actually from in Africa, and what scene you're representing to a degree, apart from the whole African hip-hop scene.
Alright, let me start, man. You started the last one. Well, basically, I'm based in South Africa. Been based here for the last 11 years. I was born in Zambia, grew up in Zim. In fact, most of my years were spent in Zim. And yeah, now I'm here. So for me, it's very difficult to say who I represent, you know, because wherever I am, it's like I'm embraced as hip hop, you know, which is good because I think that's what hip hop is about. It's about global embrace.
Yeah. What made you come to Johannesburg?
Well, what made me come to South Africa, first of all, was like I went to school.
I know that.
Yeah, we're right next door to each other. It's like, yo, man, we're literally a river apart, man. Like literally. Look, I came here for school, man. I came to go to university, Rhodes University in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. I came in 1996. And contrary to popular belief, I actually passed that. I graduated that. I graduated with a BCom in information systems. So being an MC is not because I flunked out of varsity. I passed really well, actually, 4 majors. But yeah, that's why I came to SA. And then I moved over to Joburg after I graduated because I like to follow my heart and where it leads. And my heart was strongly leading to Jersey. And that's how I came out here.
Give me a snapshot, 30 seconds. What's the Joburg hip-hop scene about?
Tumi.
Joburg hip-hop scene is about dancing, it's about expression, it's about language.
That's true, man.
It's about beauty, it's about dirt. It's a beautiful scene. I mean, I think it more than any other genre probably represents, you know, best the young people of South Africa, I think.
Some mistakes while the bones still break, even the wild folks don't just shake. Come on! Gotta throw fires on the things away, burns fires for the heat.
So let's just talk about some of the challenges in South Africa, because obviously there's a fairly established music industry in South Africa compared to a lot of other countries.
That's true.
Do you find the distribution quite good here? There are labels involved, people investing money in the scene?
Yeah, man, I think, well, personally, from personal experience, I find that the distribution network, the way the organizations work, the music authorities, RISA, SAMRO, etc., and just like the barcode system and all that, the accounting system, like on paper, the system works great, you know, but in reality, you find that, you know, places like Dakar, for example, in Senegal, will most likely kick SA's butt at how widely they distribute their hip hop, you know what I mean, within the region, and just how much hip hop they distribute. I think the structure of distribution and the way the music industry is built, like the actual architecture of the music industry was built for other things, other genres outside of hip-hop. So hip-hop has had to force itself to adapt to those structures that were already in place. And it's struggled, my friend. It has struggled. So what you're finding right now, and then it's a global trend, is that the distribution network that's in place right now is not conducive to selling music. So we actually literally feeling a shift in distribution mechanisms right now through hip-hop. There's a lot of indie distribution happening. My man's here is already doing that. There's a lot of people putting in legwork as far as distribution is concerned for themselves. So it's interesting times.
The question I have, I seem to find that especially down in South Africa that a lot of the MCs are really professional. It's a business and people consider it a career, and they look for management. They really take it seriously. Do you think that entrepreneurial spirit has been driven by the fact that the bigger industry doesn't understand how to get the stuff out?
I think partly, but also it's the environment that I think they exist in, and I think that, you know, Johannesburg is very metropolitan. It's very, like, you know, fast paced, and I think that's why you'd find that in in Johannesburg more than any other city in South Africa, you know, you find, you know, more records and more artists are like that, and you know, they look at it as a business, and you know, but you know, kind of it's not very like a cultural thing, you know, where it's like it's a whole movement in that sense, but it's a movement on some it moves shit. You know what I mean? And they try to move shit.
So tell me a bit more about Tumi. You know, you've got Canadian connection. Let's talk about that. How did that happen? You know, where did that start?
Well, I mean, you know, I was born in Tanzania in TZ. You know, I spent my formative years following my mom around Africa and around the world, and you know, came back here, and here being South Africa, and make music about SA. You know, I got with a band, Tumi and Zubz, and you know, some people from Canada heard it, liked it, and were like, yo, if we like it, maybe some more people can like it in Canada.
Bonus.
So, exactly. So they took us out there, built a little network out there, and I mean, we've been doing that for the last 5 years, just kind of trying to take over the world one city, you know, at a time.
Yeah. I mean, you're one of the great examples of African artists that have pioneered the movement internationally, because you know you are playing France, you're playing all over the world, man. How do you find international audiences' reception to what you're doing?
I mean, I find they're very educated listeners and very literate. You know, hip-hop literate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
sure.
Like some of the things that I mean, they're second nature to Zubz and I, whatever, you know, but like when someone comes and tells you, yo, you did that with the line over there, and you're like, what? You forget that people
you're
hear
listening to every word, man.
You forget, you know, being a place where people are not always that hip-hop literate, you know, you forget that, you know, people do appreciate that. But I mean, I'm starting to see that kind of change, because I mean, I was even asking Zubz, I was like, yo, people out here, they've been listening to Eminem, they've been listening to Jay-Z, they hear all the intricacies in the rhyme patterns and whatnot, so what is it that, you know what I mean? And I kind of noticed that here in South Africa, it's like a person who listens to hip-hop doesn't necessarily listen to local hip-hop.
And that's the beginning of a scene, and it's just penetrating that. I mean, at the end of the day, every day we're fighting cultural colonization from other continents. You know?
He's no De Niro, Al Pacino, or Andy Garcia. Africa's godfather, here's you, and you can see him. Eyes in the back of his head. Got what he do, he got no contract. Now he get dead.
Give me a 20-second take on what's happening with Zim Hip Hop at the moment.
Zim Hip Hop.
Yeah.
The authority. I'm not the authority on Zim Hip Hop at all. Especially, look, in the last 11 years, right? I think I've spent a total of a year in Zim.
Okay, forget the question.
Yeah, so I'm not.
Maybe we'll cut that question.
But I'll tell you what, though.
Tell me something.
In general, what's been happening in Zim is like a total, complete revolution from the ground up.
Yeah.
Okay, on all fronts.
Yeah.
And I think hip hop music is no exception. It's also been subject to that revolution. They had this system where they were playing. They started out with like 55% local music, then they went up to 65, then 75, compulsory for all broadcasters to play local music, right? And then it went up to some ridiculous amount, like 95% or something at some point, to the point where it was rare for you to actually hear any music from outside of Africa, because that constituted local, being played in Zim. So I guarantee you right now, you will likely find that the Zim hip hop scene is feeding off itself at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who you are, whack or tight, you're likely going to be heard. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's merits in that, also demerits, because 9 out of 10 probably won't really be worth hearing. You know what I mean?
The cream will rise.
Absolutely. So other than that, there's really nothing else I can say about this hip hop scene, bro.
Okay. We'll get another expert.
Yes. Do that.
All right, man. Well, listen. Thank you very much for being on the show. It's excellent to see you guys keeping it alive.
Respect.
Big respect.
Thank you.